Hey everybody, it's James here from guitarist.com, and in today's lesson I'm going to show you how to play Ramblin Man by the Allman Brothers Band. I'm going to show you the chords and strumming, and I'll also teach you that intro melody. And if along the way you find you need any extra help, I have my free ebook that goes over all the basics of chords and strumming, chord shapes, chord switching, all that. It even comes with a whole video series, and that's completely free to all my subscribers. There's a link to that down below. There's also my complete beginner's course, which elaborates on that and guides you through the entire process step by step. And I have a chord chart available for this on my Patreon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That helps the channel immensely. Otherwise, we're going to get started with the chord shapes. First, we have a G chord. Then there's a D chord. And for G to D, I recommend leaving your third finger down. You can just pivot off of that finger. Makes the switch a lot easier. There's a C chord, E minor, and F. And we can do the bar chord for F, like that. But if you'd like an easier way to play it, we can do the easy F chord. And for that one, we skip the first string, put our first finger on the first fret of the B string, middle finger on the second fret of the next string, pinky finger on the third fret of the D string, and then our ring finger just above that on the third fret of the A string. We lightly touch the thickest string with our thumb. And that gives us the easy F chord. I also have a video just about this chord shape and all the other cool stuff you can do with it. I'll put a link to that in case you're interested in using it like a bar chord. And I also have a course, Bar Chords Made Easy, if you do want to learn how to play the F bar chord. More info on all that stuff down below. Anyways, we have the chord shapes. Now let's put them together to play through the chorus. We're just going to use downstrokes only, so that way we can focus on the shapes, we can count along, make sure we do everything the right amount of times. Starting off on G, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, before we learn the rest of the sections, let's take a look at the strumming pattern and see if we can add it to our chorus. It goes like this. I'll do it a little bit slower. 3 and 4 and that is the most common strumming pattern ever. So common that I've made like 3 tutorials just about it. I'll put a link to the most recent one down below. Let's just take a moment now and break it down. The first half is down, down, up. So a downstroke on beat 1 and a down, up on beat 2. And I want you to try it just like that, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down on 1, down, up on 2. Anyways, once you've worked that out, the second half is miss, up, down, up. Miss, up, down, up. So we miss the strings on beat 3, and then we play up, down, up. And it's important to say miss, because 3 is a main beat. It's a numbered beat. And when it's missing, it feels weird. It's so weird that they made a word for it. It's called syncopation, and it's when things have like an offbeat feeling. So by saying miss, up, down, up, we're still feeling that beat. And to practice it, I would go 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. You know, taking the time to say exactly what I was saying. 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. Do it a whole bunch till it's comfortable. Then we put both halves together and we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. And it helps to say the pattern if you need to say it. So I would practice that even just, you know, clapping or doing this and just going down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, you know, until it feels comfortable, then speeding it up a bit. Down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. And eventually, you know, you can get it to that tempo. That's still a bit slower than the original recording, but it's a nice medium tempo. We can feel the pattern and feel it. It's nice and comfortable. So try your best to get it to that point. You know, it's not going to happen today or tomorrow, but it's something that if you work on it slowly and you make the effort to get everything right and to really count it out, then you'll be able to gradually speed it up. Whereas if it's kind of like haphazard and then you try to speed it up, you're just going to be speeding up all your mistakes, right? So focus on that a bit, and when you're ready, we can take that strumming pattern and we can add it to the chords from our chorus, starting off on G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, we're going to learn the verse, and it's identical to the chorus, except for the second chord. Instead of going G, F, G, we go G, C, G. Otherwise, the rest of the thing is identical. So let's just practice it with the strumming pattern right away. If you're not ready, you can always just watch, see what's going on, and then rewind it and try it after. Starting off on G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Now there's only two other parts that we need to complete all the chords in strumming. There's an interlude that just goes G, D, G. And that's just like the end of the chorus and the verse. So we've already practiced that. Just keep that in mind, G, D, G. It's all on the chord chart on the Patreon if you'd like a closer look. And the other part is the solo section. And this goes G, F, G. And that is just like the first 4 measures of the chorus. So we've already practiced both of these parts, and that's all the chords in strumming. Just those 4 sections. They're all super duper similar. When it comes to putting the song together, we start off with the intro. Then we play the chorus, the verse, the chorus again, and in this chorus, the very last measure is a D chord. So I want you to write this down. As you write this down, make a note. Chorus, last measure, D. Then we have the interlude, the solo, and this solo is over the verse. So we just play the verse chords. Then there's another verse, another chorus, and then there's the outro solo over that G, F, G. It's called a vamp when you just play a really short chord progression over and over again and to give people a chance to solo. So that's the entire form, and I want you to write that down and to listen to the original recording as you look at that form. This will help train you to know where you are in the song. That's the best way to do it. That's what professional musicians do when they need to learn a bunch of songs really fast. They just jot out the form. You know, they're not really worried about the chord progressions. They can usually hear it. But knowing what section comes next, it's invaluable. So please do that. Now, that's it for the chords and strumming portion of this tutorial. Now we're going to take a look at that intro riff. It goes like this. We start off on the 3rd fret of the thinnest string. We pluck that string, and then we remove our finger and we play the open string. And we do the same thing on the next string, on the B string, 3-0. So those top 2 strings, 3-0, 3-0, and I'm just going down, up, down, up. And then we go to the next string, and I'm going to play 2-0. Once again, down, up. And then we go to the D string, we play the 2nd fret, and then we play open. And those are both downstrokes. So from the top, 3-0, 3-0, 2-0, 2-0. It's important to take a look at the timing here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So here you can see the picking and the counting as well as the riff. You know, just take a moment, study this, and then we can try it together super duper slowly. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. One more time. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And if you want it to sound like the original recording, we can do pull-offs. With pull-offs, we would go 3, and then we flick the string a bit to pull off, and we just do that on the next string as well, and then on the G string. And then for here, we're gonna pick both notes since we have a bit more time. So pull off, pull off, pull off, pluck, pluck. So that's how you would do this like the original recording, and you might need to develop that technique in order to play this up to speed. I'm going to give you both options. You can pick them all, or you can add the pull-offs. Let's do the pull-off one nice and slow, just so you can see the whole thing. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. One more time. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now the second half of this thing goes like this, slowly. The second half starts out on the open D string, and then we play the 2nd fret, and then we play the open G string. So just that little 3-note sequence. On the D string, O, 2, O, open G string. And we could do a hammer on there. And now we're gonna play the 2nd fret of the G string, the open G string, and then the 2nd fret of D. So the next 3 notes, and we could do a pull-off here. And when we put that together, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2. All that's left is using our first finger, we're gonna play on the B string, 1, O. First, we'll pick the entire thing. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, down. And the rhythm, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's try that slowly a couple times. 3, 4. And 3 and 4 and. And now, once you've worked on both halves, we can put the whole thing together super slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 2, 3, 4. One more time. 2, 3, 4. And now with pull-offs. 2, 3, 4. Meant to say hammer-ons and pull-offs, but you get it. One more time. 2, 3, 4. And now I'll just play it quickly just so you can see what it's like up to speed. With picking. So that's Ramblin' Man by the Allman Brothers Band. You don't have to play that intro, but I thought it would be fun to come up with an acoustic version of it, which is slightly simplified. I would like to do this song on electric guitar, and I have been starting to make electric guitar tutorials, so please let me know if you'd like to see that, and we can learn the intro exactly like it is on the recording. We could even talk about how to jam on this tune, because this is a great jam tune, especially because it just has that 2-chord vamp at the end that you can take solos on. Really cool. If you need any extra help, don't forget about my free ebook, my beginner's course, my bar chords course, Strumming Made Simple, which is great for building your rhythm. You know, I have a whole slew of courses designed to help you learn songs just like this. And there's also that chord chart on my Patreon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.